I helped my ex grieve, and my husband went cold. Then I found out what he wrote about me. My husband's been cold to me ever since I started helping my ex through a hard time. I'm 35. My ex and I dated for 10 years. Then he moved for work and said long distance wouldn't work. 3 months later, I found out he was engaged to someone else. It hurt a lot. A year after that, I met my husband, and love finally felt easy. My ex moved back around the same time, tried to win me back, and I turned him down. The only issue is he's my brother's best friend, so he still shows up sometimes. My husband never cared about that. Not until my ex's mom died suddenly from a heart attack. My ex fell apart. My brother was grieving too and asked me to help, like, just get him out of the house, take him on walks, don't let him sit alone. I said yes because it felt right. At first, my husband was supportive. He'd ask how my ex was doing and say he was glad I was helping, but after a few weeks, my husband started going quiet whenever I mentioned my ex. I'd say, I'm taking him on a hike, and my husband's face would tighten. If I asked what was wrong, he'd say, nothing. I told myself it was just stress, so I stopped bringing it up. That didn't help. He got more distant. In January, my brother planned a week at a cabin. It was me, my brother, my ex, and another couple from their old friend group. When my husband heard he wasn't invited, he got upset fast. So your ex gets to go but I don't? I said, it's just their group. You're not close with them. He said, I don't want you going on a trip with him. I snapped, you're being controlling. You need to trust me. He went quiet, nodded once, and walked away. I went anyway. Nothing romantic happened. We hiked, cooked, and sat by the fire while my ex talked about his mom and cried. I felt like I was helping. When I got home, I expected a fight. Instead, my husband was polite and empty. If I spoke, he answered with one word, yeah, okay, sure. He'd eat dinner, go to his office, and shut the door. If I asked, are you mad about the trip? He'd say, I'm fine, like I was annoying him. I kept trying to pull him back, but it felt like my hands kept slipping off a smooth wall. One night I said, I'm hiking with my ex this weekend. My husband didn't even look up. Okay, have fun. That scared me more than anger. Last week was my brother's birthday party. That morning my husband said he felt sick and didn't want to get everyone else sick. He texted my brother an excuse and handed me a gift to bring. I went alone. My ex was there, of course, and we ended up talking in the kitchen while everyone crowded around the food. My brother laughed and said, you two spend more time together than most couples. Everyone laughed with him. I forced a laugh too, but my stomach dropped. When I got home, my husband was in bed reading. I sat down and said, you're not really sick, are you? He didn't deny it. I said, then why didn't you come? He closed his book and finally looked right at me. Because I'm tired of watching you choose him. I said, I'm not choosing anyone. He's my friend. He just said, okay. I pushed. Tell me what you want from me. He said, I already did. You didn't listen. Then he turned off the light and faced the wall. The next day I saw his journal on the nightstand. I'd never read it before. I knew I shouldn't, but I opened it anyway. The last entry was written the day before the cabin trip. He wrote that my brother never respected our marriage, that my ex was still in love with me, and that I made him feel crazy when he said he was uncomfortable. He wrote, I'm not going to beg my own wife to choose me. I'm done competing. The last line said, I'm just tired. I sat there staring at that line, realizing he didn't pull away because he stopped caring. He pulled away because he already tried, and I kept brushing him off. When he got home from work, I was waiting at the table with the journal. My voice shook. I read it. I'm sorry. You were telling me you felt pushed out, and I acted like you were the problem. His eyes hardened. You read my journal. I nodded. I did, and I hate that I did, but I can't keep pretending this is fine. I'm stepping back from my ex. No more one-on-one hikes. No more trips. I'll tell my brother too. I want us back. He stared at me like he didn't trust a word. I said, can we talk with a counselor? I'll set it up. I just need to know you're still here. He swallowed, rubbed his face, and said, okay, we'll try counseling, but if you dismiss me again, I'm gone.